Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bag to show you, and also I want to talk about when you shop at more affordable places like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, what should you look for in terms of browsing and choosing the bag. I think recently a lot of people talk about recession, and I noticed that less people buying regular retail stuff, and bags at TJ Maxx seems to come and go pretty fast. And they do have kind of wide range of quality and products. Sometimes you see bags that made in Italy. Sometimes you see bags that say genuine leather. So there are many options. So which one should you choose when you are at places like that? So today I want to kind of show you a new bag I got, and also to talk a little bit about what to look for when shopping at places like that. So at first, I want to show you this backpack that I got from TJ Maxx. It's from a company called Genichi. I haven't heard of this brand before, but why I picked this bag? When I look at this bag, immediately the texture of the leather, it attracted me. I noticed this backpack, the leather has some kind of striation and vein and grain that normally you see on a good quality leather. Let me show you some close-up so that you can see it for yourself. So when shopping at places like TJ Maxx, when you look at leather goods, you want to look at the leather texture. Sometimes leather texture that looks overly consistent is likely a split leather or genuine leather that they just press the texture on. The reason I like this is because I do notice that it has leather characteristic that very similar to top grain or full grain leather that I'm familiar with. Like you can see that they are not trying to look like they are just perfectly made consistent, because natural leather has its own characteristic, depends on which part of the leather you cut from. Now I want to show you a little bit more about this bag so that if you are interested, you can check out your local TJ Maxx to see if you want to pick one up as well. Other than this backpack, they also have other tote bag and crossbody bag. So from the outside, it has this tag that to show you the leather they use. It feels pretty good so far. It has this elastic band that connected to the bag that you can just loop it through your luggage handle when you use it for travel. And then it has this mesh padding at the back so that your bag doesn't stick to it when it gets a little warm. The backpack strap itself is slightly padded, so it will be more comfortable when you carry it. And this is how you adjust the strap. So at the back, from the outside, you have this zip pocket to access it to the back. Pretty deep, it's almost the whole bag. So if you have your, for example, your Amazon Kindle reader, or you have your passport, or you have your phone that you want to keep it kind of secure, this would be a good place to put it because it will be between you and the bag, so nobody can just reach in and grab it. And you can see the zipper is pretty smooth. Now look at the front. It has this long strap. You see this bell buckling on the front, but it's not fully functional, I would say. You are able to adjust it, depends on how much you put in this bag. But to open this bag, you actually has this kind of a push lock closure. So it would be easier to open and close instead of you have to use this all the time. Before going in, let's open up the front zip compartment. It's quite interesting. It has a few kind of a cut slots, and then a couple loop thing for your pen, and then on the other side it has two slip pockets that big enough to keep your phone inside, and also a USB drive holder. So I assume this bag is not the most recent design, because I feel like recently I don't see people use USB drive as much anymore. Maybe you do if you still work in the office, but since I work from home, most of my stuff are transferred digitally online. Now open this up to look into this bag. Look at that, when you open it up, it actually has a front compartment that's quite big, all the way down. You can put anything you want for organizing your stuff when you travel. Now on the inside, I still have the stuffing paper inside. Inside it has a compartment for your laptop, and then on the other side, it has a zip pocket. Let's see how deep it is. It's not all the way down, but it's deep enough for your wallet. Now, after going through the in and out of this bag, I want to talk a little bit of pro and con of this bag. Let's see. I think one thing good about this is the leather. I do like the leather, but you have to be aware that even though this company is based on Netherlands, but their bags are made in India. From what I learned, that in India, their regulation for leather tanning process is not as strict as other part of the world. So you do have to be aware of. I would suggest if you buy a bag that's made in India, maybe smell it a little bit just to see if it has strong, heavy chemical smell. Because due to lack of regulation, you may be sensitive to the tanning chemical. But so far, this bag doesn't have weird smell, so I'm pretty happy with it. I love this bag because of its functionality, like it has many pockets. I cannot resist pockets. When I buy bags, I like my options when it comes to organizing things in your bag. So that's the main reason I bought this bag other than the leather. And then let's talk about the negative part. So this bag is less than $100 for a good quality leather bag. You may wonder why it could be less than $100. First of all, you can see that the hardware, they are not specifically made for this company. It doesn't have any stamping or company logos on all the hardware. So I think for that reason, they save costs on the hardware. And then in terms of leather, a lot of times when you want to make a bag, you want to use a whole piece of leather so that it's more durable, less seam, less connecting part, so less likely things to break. But for this bag, I think they do cut costs by using smaller piece of leather. You do see a lot of seams connecting parts of leather together so that they have less waste. They don't have to cut off leather part that they couldn't use. They basically can use the whole piece if they wanted to, because they can just cut and patch and mix them together. The reason I still get this because I do see that the thread they use is pretty thick. They double stitch most of the seam, so I don't think it will break anytime soon. And then another reason why this bag could be cheaper is because of the zipper they use. It's not a metal zipper, but it's still very smooth. Even though it's not a metal zipper, but it should last for a long time, no problem. Especially, I don't use my bag every day, so I'm not worrying about this zipper quality. It's pretty smooth. So now let's talk more about shopping at TJ Maxx or Marshall, places like that, or when you are thrifting at Goodwill. What should you look for? For example, this bag, it doesn't have glazing. If you are buying more affordable, lower price bags, I would avoid glazing. Like this bag, it doesn't have glazing. The top is kind of fold in and stitched together. And then for the straps, it doesn't have glazing either. It's kind of burnished down, or they may paint on it slightly. So if anything wear off, I could just kind of stain it on my own without it looking weird, because when you have a bag that has glazing around the edges, if it starts to fall apart, it will look ugly and it will be hard to repair on your own. If you buy a bag from unknown company, you don't know how good the quality glazing is. Even LV people complain about their glazing, so I would avoid buying bags that has a lot of glazing unless you know the bag has good quality. And at places like that, a lot of times they don't really use leather for bags. You go to TJ Maxx, other than some leather bags that it says made in Italy, most of the bags there are made from faux leather, which means it's polyurethane, also means plastic material. So when you buy bags like that, you need to be aware that when it's faux leather, if you get any scratches, it will show the white underneath it. For example, Calvin Klein, I see their bags a lot at TJ Maxx, and a lot of time their bags are made from faux leather and not real leather. So if you get any scratches, you may see the white plastic underneath it. So if you really love a design and the price is just so good that you cannot resist, you still want to get it, I would suggest you pick colors that, for example, black and maybe brown or dark blue, because color like that, if you have any corner wear, showing the plastic underneath it, you are able to just kind of paint it over it and retouch it yourself. So other than the leather material, one thing you want to be careful is the zipper. If the zipper doesn't feel smooth when you try it out at the store, you probably don't want to buy. Sometimes cheap zipper, they don't last very long. Zipper tend to be the first thing to fall apart on the bag. So buying at TJ Maxx doesn't mean that you can't get good quality bag with their custom hardware. Some company like this from Italy, Marino Orlandi, they do use their very custom zipper pull hardware and all with their logo and name on it. So you do able to find good quality bag if you carefully look through them. And sometimes I do see bags like Longchamp, they're at TJ Maxx a lot. So even the leather version, I have seen it multiple times. So if you want to look for higher end bag with lower price, you can also check out TJ Maxx. But make sure you compare price, because I noticed that TJ Maxx has increased their pricing. So even though they show up at TJ Maxx doesn't mean they are cheaper. So anyway, the reason I wanted to make this video because I have noticed that many people started to struggle financially because of this pandemic and then the recession and all the other issues that causing this economy downturn. I wanted to make this video because I feel like even though when we don't have biggest budget, we do still want to buy new stuff. Sometimes I can understand that. And we still want to buy the stuff that has the best quality we could. That's why I want to share my experience with you, and hopefully you enjoy your shopping, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.